Title: The 8 Forgotten Nutrients That Stroke-Proof Your BrainHook. Fast-paced, serious tone. According to the American Heart Association, someone in the United States has a stroke about every 40 seconds. That's less time than it takes to check your email. Think about that. In that short window, a life is completely altered. Your arteries, the vital highways carrying blood to your brain, could be aging much faster than you are, silently building up risk. But what if the power to fight back wasn't in a pharmacy, but right in your pantry? Intro: what if you could support the weak spots in your circulatory system that can lead to a stroke, like blood clots, high blood pressure, and stiffening blood vessels, all from what you put on your dinner plate? Most of us know to watch our salt and cholesterol, but there's a whole group of powerful compounds that are often forgotten. They're the unsung heroes of brain protection. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on 8 of these forgotten nutrients that can help lower your stroke risk by keeping your brain's blood supply flowing through vessels that are flexible, clear, and healthy. This isn't about some magic pill. It's about making smart, informed choices. So, let's get into the first nutrient that acts as a frontline defender for your brain. Section 1. The flexibility nutrient. Omega-3 fatty acids. First up are omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA. Think of your arteries as flexible hoses. With age, they can get stiff and brittle, making them more likely to get damaged or blocked. Omega-3 south are fats that literally become part of your blood vessels' cell walls, helping them stay supple and responsive. They also play a huge role in calming chronic inflammation, a key driver of arterial damage. The science is pretty compelling. Omega-3 south help make blood platelets less sticky, so they're less likely to clump together and form dangerous clots. They also help lower triglycerides, a type of fat in your blood. Large observational studies have found that people with higher omega-3 levels in their blood have a lower risk of stroke. One massive analysis of over 183,000 people showed that those with the highest omega-3 levels had a significantly lower risk for ischemic stroke. It's worth noting that clinical trials on omega-3 supplements have shown mixed or neutral results for preventing stroke specifically, even though they show benefits for other cardiovascular outcomes. This suggests the best way to get them is from food. The top sources are fatty fish like wild-caught salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines. If you're not a fish person, flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are great, but they provide a type called ALA, and your body isn't very efficient at converting it to the more powerful EPA and DHA. Section 2. The plaque buster, soluble fiber. Next, let's talk about soluble fiber. If your arteries are your body's plumbing, LDL cholesterol is like the gunk that builds up and causes a clog. Soluble fiber is your secret weapon for helping to clear it out. When you eat it, it forms a gel in your digestive system. This gel traps bile acids, which are made from cholesterol, and carries them out of your body. This process forces your liver to pull more LDL cholesterol from your blood to make new bile acids, which helps lower your bad cholesterol levels. But that's not all. Soluble fiber also slows down sugar absorption, which helps keep your blood sugar levels stable. Big spikes in blood sugar can damage blood vessel walls over time, making them stiff and more likely to accumulate plaque. It's no surprise that diets rich in soluble fiber are consistently linked in observational studies to a lower risk of stroke. So, where do you find it? It's everywhere. Think of a warm bowl of oatmeal, or adding lentils or beans to a soup or salad. Apples, pears, carrots, and barley are also fantastic sources. The goal isn't just to eat fiber once in a while, but to make it a steady part of your diet. Section 3. The pressure reducers. Magnesium and potassium. Now for a mineral duo that works as a team. Magnesium and potassium. High blood pressure is the single biggest risk factor for stroke, and these two minerals are key players in keeping it in check. They work together to help relax and open up your blood vessels, allowing blood to flow with less force. Potassium helps your body get rid of excess sodium, a well-known culprit for high blood pressure. Magnesium, on the other hand, acts like a natural calcium channel blocker. Simply put, calcium makes muscles contract. When too much calcium gets into the muscle cells of your artery walls, they tighten up, raising your blood pressure. Magnesium helps block that from happening, allowing the vessels to relax. Studies show that getting enough of these minerals from your diet is associated with healthier blood pressure and a lower risk of stroke. You can find magnesium in leafy greens like spinach, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. For potassium, look to foods like sweet potatoes, bananas, avocados, beans, and beets. A quick heads up, getting these from food is safe for most people. However, if you have chronic kidney disease or take certain blood pressure medications, you should talk to your doctor before considering supplements, especially potassium, as your body might have trouble handling excess amounts. Mid-video or halfway through our list. If you're finding this information valuable, do me a favor and hit that like button. It's a tiny click for you, but it really helps the video reach more people who could benefit from this message. Thanks for that. Now let's get back to it. Section 4. The Cellular Guardians, Antioxidants from a Rainbow of Foods. Our fourth spot goes not to a single nutrient, but to a powerful family, antioxidants, particularly those you get from vitamins A, C, and E in foods. Every single day, your body is dealing with free radicals, which are unstable molecules that cause damage through a process called oxidative stress. Think of it like rust forming inside your arteries. This process damages the delicate lining of your blood vessels and, crucially, it oxidizes LDL cholesterol. Oxidized LDL is especially bad news because it's a major trigger for the inflammation that builds artery-clogging plaque. A diet packed with antioxidants acts like a rust-proofer for your circulatory system. For instance, vitamin C is essential for making collagen, the protein that gives your blood vessels strength. Here's a critical point. While diets high in antioxidants are consistently linked to better health, clinical trials on single antioxidant supplements like vitamin E and beta-carotene have been very disappointing for stroke prevention and have sometimes even shown potential harm. This tells us the magic isn't in a pill, but on the plate. The real benefit comes from eating a rainbow of antioxidant-rich foods. For vitamin C, think bell peppers, citrus fruits, and kiwis. For vitamin A, precursors like beta-carotene, go for carrots, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens. And for vitamin E, turn to nuts, seeds, and spinach. Section 5. The Calcium Director. Vitamin K2. Here's one of the most overlooked nutrients on our list, but its job is absolutely critical. Vitamin K2. When people hear vitamin K, they usually think of blood clotting, but that's mainly vitamin K1. Vitamin K2 is different. It acts like a traffic cop for calcium in your body. Here's the problem. As we get older, calcium can start building up in soft tissues like our arteries, instead of staying in our bones. This is called arterial calcification, and it's what makes blood vessels hard and stiff, which is a huge risk factor for cardiovascular events. Vitamin K2 activates proteins that help shuttle calcium into your bones and teeth where it belongs, and away from your arteries where it can cause trouble. While the research is still evolving, some human trials have suggested that K2 can help slow the progression of artery calcification. However, Definitive evidence that K2 supplements directly reduce stroke events is still emerging. You can find vitamin K2 in fermented foods and animal products, especially from grass-fed animals. The top source is a Japanese dish called natto, which is fermented soybeans. If that's not for you, you can also find it in certain aged cheeses, grass-fed butter, and egg yolks. Because it can interfere with blood-thinning medications like warfarin, it's absolutely essential to talk to your doctor before you even think about starting a vitamin K supplement. Section 6. The homocysteine tamer. B vitamins are sixth nutrient group involves B vitamins, particularly B12, B6, and folate. Their role in stroke risk is connected to an amino acid in your blood called homocysteine. High levels of homocysteine are a known risk factor because they can damage the inner lining of arteries and make blood more likely to clot. B12, B6, and folate are essential for converting homocysteine into other, harmless substances. If you're deficient in them, homocysteine levels can rise. This is especially important for older adults, since the ability to absorb B12 from food can decline with age. Now, the research here is nuanced. Large clinical trials on B vitamin supplementation have shown mixed or modest results for stroke reduction. The benefit often seems to be greater in populations in countries that don't have mandatory folic acid fortification in their food supply, suggesting that correcting a deficiency is the most important step. Vitamin B12 is found almost exclusively in animal products like fish, meat, poultry, eggs, and dairy. For this reason, those on a strict vegan diet and many older adults should talk with their doctor about getting their levels checked and considering a supplement. Section 7. The blood flow enhancers. Flavonoids. Number 7 is a huge family of plant compounds called flavonoids. These are the pigments that give fruits, vegetables, and even things like tea their vibrant colors, and they are powerhouses for your vascular health. Flavonoids seem to work in a bunch of ways. They are potent antioxidants, have anti-inflammatory effects, and appear to improve the health of the endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels. A healthy endothelium produces more nitric oxide, a molecule that helps relax blood vessels and improve blood flow. Observational studies have shown a strong link between diets high in flavonoids and better health outcomes. Meta-analyses suggest that people with the highest intake have a moderately lower risk of ischemic stroke. The key here is variety, because different flavonoids are found in different foods. You'll find anthocyanins in berries, flavonoids in citrus, fruits like oranges and grapefruit, and catechins in green tea and dark chocolate. To get the full spectrum of benefits, your best bet is to eat a wide variety of colorful plant foods every single day. Section 8. Emphasizing the whole pattern. The Mediterranean diet. Finally, our 8th nutrient isn't a single nutrient at all. It's the combined power of a complete way of eating. The most evidence-backed dietary pattern for reducing cardiovascular risk, including stroke, is the Mediterranean diet. This isn't some restrictive fad. It's a style of eating that naturally packs in all the nutrients we've just talked about. It's loaded with fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, and whole grains, which give you fiber, antioxidants, and flavonoids. It uses olive oil as the main source of fat and emphasizes fish for those omega-3s. It also limits red meat and processed foods. Major clinical trials, like the PREDIMED study, found that following a Mediterranean-style diet was associated with a significantly reduced risk of major cardiovascular events, with a particularly strong signal for stroke reduction. This really drives home the most important point. While these individual nutrients are important, they don't work alone. They work together. Trying to protect your brain by popping a few supplements while eating a poor diet is like patching a leaky dam with duct tape. Real, lasting protection comes from building your diet on a foundation of whole, nutrient-dense foods. Conclusion. So there you have it, 8 key nutrients and dietary strategies that can empower you to take an active role in your brain health. From the omega-3 salve that keep arteries flexible and the soluble fiber that helps clear out cholesterol, to the minerals that manage blood pressure, the antioxidants from whole foods, the vitamin K2 that directs calcium, the B vitamins that manage homocysteine, the flavonoids that boost blood flow, and finally, the incredible synergy of a Mediterranean-style diet. This knowledge is power. It's the understanding that you can build a more resilient circulatory system, one meal at a time. It's not about being perfect, it's about making small, consistent choices that add up over time. Before you click away, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We release videos every week packed with science-backed, practical health information just like this. Thanks for watching, and here's to your health.